as interior designers, you can go down the path of having a signature style that you're known for, but that was a point of difference for us. We didn't want to wed ourselves to
a cookie cutter kind of look.
Thing, and this is what we deliver.
Yep. Going once, going twice, sold. You're listening to the Property Pod.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Property Pod, your weekly engagement here into real estate in the Hobart Marketplace. I'm your host, Aaron Horn, and I'm joined by a superstar of property here in Hobart, Suz Wiltshire.
Oh, good morning, Aaron. Back again today?
Back again, I know. We gave you the mic.
Taken over.
We gave you the mic one time and you just said, hey, I'm coming back. And I hear there's a big spike in numbers. Well, I've been looking at the numbers. There is a big spike in followers since you've joined the team. So
thank you.
We just needed a beautiful face to join us, and that's what we've been doing wrong.
It's the rose between the thorns with you boys, I think.
Something like that. They're actually,
girl power.
We recorded a bit of an episode last week. It was probably the three of us back together for the first time in maybe
numbers dropped a bit there.
Yeah, look, and it was. I think we spoke about In Excess. We spoke about John trying to do renovations by himself, and it was a horrible episode. So,
flopped.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's back. Thank you for getting through the tricky one, and thank you for coming back to seeing the rose.
Thank you.
How's things going here at 414?
Loving it, mate. I think we're clocking up the third week this week, smashing some goals. Laura and I, loving it. Love the family. Really getting some positive feedback on the marketing. So thanks to you guys as well.
Not a problem at all.
And just really enjoying settling in. Really.
Rock and roll. Glad that you're having a good time. Lots of the staff have been coming along to your open homes and having a hoot, getting a coffee off Dom at Wilfred, and
loving it.
And
I think too, just Saturday was just an absolute representation of that, with pretty much everyone in the sales team coming along to join us, which was a pretty big thing.
Yeah, well, funnily, I was moving my mum's house. She was going from one place to the other, and I was passing Phillip Avenue, and I was just like, oh man,
it's a royal show there.
Yeah, I'd love to come in and look at it. There's no parks in the street, so
we ran out of coffee and cups.
Holy moly, really?
So it was a big day.
Well, there you go, Dom. Get onto that. Make sure you're all sorted.
Stock up for next time, mate.
So now that we've started the Property Pod, we've had a little banter. Let's jump into what we're here to talk about today. We've got some special guests.
Really excited for today, and I'm probably being a little bit cheeky, getting another long lost friend in with me.
That's why you have a podcast. You literally only have it just to.
But no, really, really, really excited today. Long lost friend, obviously, and an absolute stalwart in the retail world. Helena Facer. Hello, Helena.
Hello.
Haven't seen you for a while, mate. So it was a bit of a cheeky one to ask you to come in today. So a bit of a dual purpose today, catch up, and big shout out to you. So Helena, we're also one half of Hello White.
Yes, that's right.
So obviously your partner in crime is Kelly McCarthy, so big shout out to her as well, not just one half. So hello Kelly as well.
Kelly.
So Hello White, please tell me, or tell everyone what is Hello White, and tell us how it was born.
Oh my gosh, there's so much I could tell you. Hello White, we're interior design service. So Kelly and I have known each other now for a few good years. Kelly was actually going to buy the shop off me.
So it goes back away, yeah.
So that's how we met, and she decided to have a baby. So
change course a little bit, I suppose, and
we've been working and known each other for 4 years now, and just decided we didn't want to go back into our crazy corporate/retail worlds. And Kelly had been working as a VA for some amazing designers in Sydney, and I'd just been doing my thing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And went back and did some study and qualifications. Kelly's already got hers, and decided we'd join
you give it a go.
Come up with Hello White.
Fantastic. So obviously pretty exciting news for you recently. You guys I hear you've I'm really excited about getting over there to have a look actually soon, so I'll make some time to come over. So tell us about your studio it's an exciting spot too, because it's in beautiful Bellarive Quay, for those who don't know. Tell us a little bit about the studio and what that has to offer, obviously the general public and your clients.
Our studio's our baby. We've spent the last 3 months slaving over it. Blue doors, yellow walls, and crazy blue carpet.
So you've transformed that as well?
Yep. And so it's a space where we can show people what you can do, what we did, but also that you can come and have our help and assistance with your build or renovation. Everything's there for you.
I guess, and the thing is too, visually, that's what you do.
It's all about visual.
So it's all about looking and touching and feeling and all of that kind of stuff. So I guess the next thing is probably like listeners as well, and I guess from our point of view as well as being sales agents, and obviously you guys have, especially you, Helena, you've been such such a, I guess, a massive part of so many people's lives in retail for so long, having, Charlie's Bucket and Funky Homes being, and helping so many people for so long in that sort of part. So tell us a little bit about your services and what people can sort of expect as an experience. I guess they ring you up, they choose you. That's such a sort of intimidating thing, and I guess for a lot of people, a new build is such a massive thing. You've got to choose tiles and flooring and colours and this and that and textures.
It's so stressful.
And you can get it wrong and you're stuck with it. So tell us a little bit about that process from when you meet with a client and what you would do.
For us, it's about thinking how we would want to be dealt with and how we've both been through this process and continue. I've been designing my dream home for the last
years.
2-3 years.
Yeah.
And literally it's only just about to go to council. So we really know it.
Yes.
We live and breathe it, basically.
Yeah. And you can kind of help them on that emotional journey because it's not just that. I know what you're like. You live that with and you're very passionate. So
we both put our heart and soul into what we do. And it's about getting it right for our clients.
Yeah.
Makes me a little bit.
Yeah, you're passionate.
Yeah, we are. We wanted something that was different. And you're right, the stigma that's out there that to have our help is expensive. And it's not. We're here to help you and to get you to walk through the door of your home and to fall in love.
Yeah, and to really have that. Yeah.
And to help with that stress and ease it along the way. And,
absolutely.
Be able to come to us and know that we've done it before, but we've also got that skill set and knowledge and training behind us.
You really are choosing someone that can help take that stress away and that you are really putting that trust into someone that can really help you. So I guess the next thing is with the building industry just absolutely booming, you guys would be just, I guess, crazy so is it just that you're absolutely flat out with the new build side of things or is it that someone can come along to you with a small ensuite or
absolutely.
I guess tell us about that. So what your range of jobs?
Well, the studio in itself is a space where and us in general, we work from renovations to new builds to
extensions.
At the moment, we've got a mixture of en-suites, kitchens, bathrooms. So it is quite renovation focused. People seem to be spending what would have been their
holiday money. Yeah.
And putting it into their home so that they can enjoy their home and have that space that you often escape to a holiday to have that experience.
Absolutely.
So, we're finding a lot of it. We work with some builders as well for new builds, but our direct clients' focus is really renovations
and improvements and that kind of thing. Yeah, making that house really a home. Yeah, you're the colour queen. Remember?
Yes, design bears, if you call it. I wake up with my clients thinking,
Yeah.
But the studio for us is where you can come. We've sort of got it set up with a number of different design styles and really help people identify what their style is, what their signature is. It's not about I've seen that on Pinterest or I've seen that on social media. I want my house to look like this. But how is it your version of this versus it just being a direct copy?
Yeah, I guess that was going to be one of my major questions was style is such a personal thing where you kind of I really like this sort of thing. And luckily my partner and I both kind of agree on majority of things. She's like, I want this coloured pillow. I'm like, yep, sweet. I think that'll work in this space. Indeed, yeah. So we actually we were discussing before that me and my partner shouldn't be.
We were talking all things star sign. We were like, I'm running with star sign.
Yeah, so Teresian over here, and I got told that my Aries partner was, maybe we're in a bit of strife later down the track, but I feel like everything's going to be okay. I agree on the pillows.
Just agree that she's always right, mate.
Indeed. No, so style's something that's really a personal touch where you can kind of go into someone's house and just be like, holy crap, why are they doing it that way?
Yep.
How do you deal with kind of somebody with, I don't want to say horrible style, but is it about training them into kind of your own style? Or?
No, not at all. And that's the difference between us. I think as interior designers, you can go down the path of having a signature style that you're known for, but that was a point of difference for us. We didn't want to wed ourselves to
a cookie cutter kind of look.
Thing, and this is what we deliver.
Yep.
It's very common in the industry that it is that way, but for us, we want to embrace more about what you're about.
I love that.
What makes you sing when you walk through your door, and fall in love with your home every time you come home.
Yeah. I think the thing is with what you guys do, especially with a lot of the new builds and a lot of that kind of, if you're doing a holistic thing, from way to go, you don't want to be doing something that's quite faddish either. You think, okay, well, this is in now, but you're doing the holistic thing of the whole floor paint, colour, finishes and textures and everything. And then in 5 years' time, you're like, well, that's well dated. We don't want to do that anymore. So it's all about what goes with their things as well.
And a big thing on colour. Like colours, obviously, got up. At the moment it's green and going into
olives and
that.
Yeah.
But it's about how you can bring that into your home without making it a piece that can't be changed. So for us, it's about making things that are adaptable but also long lasting. So yes, you can have that style and you can have that magazine look and be on trend, but how do you do it so that in 5 years you're not, oh my gosh, what am I
So that your main things like your tiles and all that, so mainly neutral, but then you bring in your colour through your soft furnishings and things like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's about bringing those in your accent colours and not going too crazy with it. So the simple things can be changed. So I guess if anything was our signature, it's giving yourself a core base that is adaptable and flexible, and then little elements that can be changed out.
Yeah. And I guess the thing is, like, if anyone's listening, hopefully someone's listening.
Please listen.
Hopefully one person's listening. But I think if like people are sort of in that mindset of, okay, well, we'd like to, they're not going to Bali for their holiday or Cook Islands or whatever, and they want to spend a little bit of money, want to get in touch with you guys. What would be the sort of process? Okay, they get in contact with you, they meet up with you. Do you then sort of put them, obviously catch up with them, put a mood board together? What would be that sort of thing?
We actually offer our clients what we call a discovery call. So anyone can give us a call, 15, 20-minute chat. It's on us. It's about getting to know the client versus, you sending us the building plans and, can you quote me this?
Yeah.
Because it's more important than that. You really need to understand the client.
Yeah,
And it also gives them an opportunity to learn who we are and whether they actually want to work with us.
Yeah. Because it's a pretty intimate relationship, really.
You really get to know them and them, and like a number of our clients have already become great friends.
Of course, it's like with us, what we do. It's a pretty intimate relationship and a long journey. It's not,
that's right.
and you really want them to come back. It's like with the girls last week, the fresh launch. They're getting obviously repeat business with their clients wanting to restyle them and that kind of thing.
That's what it's about, so that we can create lasting relationships, and that it is that way. So a new build can last 12 months. So we're in and out of people's lives for that period of time. So you do really get to know them, their family.
And so say you're kind of hunting for a piece, like you might come across something that's 6 months down the track and be like, holy crap, this is exactly what Susie was looking for. Yep. I've got to call them today and let them know. I'm sure that
sort of relationship to be able to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Running through social media or anything like that do, you see something and you like it and save it.
Yeah.
You want to be able to hit them up and say, hey, I saw this for you.
Yeah. And that's kind of getting to know that relationship with the person and being like, this is definitely what they're chasing, or this is what I think they're chasing. I'm just going to reach out and find out whether that's what they're after.
Totally.
Beautiful. And I think the thing is too, so with the actual the process side of things, so would you then, is there a sort of a time frame that you guys sort of work towards? Is it
it's not a set in stone for us for any client. We really look at the client and we the biggest thing we say to people is that we're flexible.
Yeah.
We look at what they want and what they need versus, like you said, cookie cutter.
Yeah.
We'll meet with you, we chat with you. We always do an initial consult. It's something that we feel gets to know the home, gets to know the person.
Yep.
We go out to the home. That's if it's for a bigger project, or they come into the studio if they're building a new home and say they're not sure about their selections.
Yeah, they can look.
We've got everything from
swatches and
to Rosetto tiles.
Yeah.
All the different local brands that have supported us.
Yeah.
And it's all there. Carpet tiles.
Because I think people do need to look, don't they, and touch things and have it. Yeah.
And if they've got a file from the builder of everything they've selected, it's quite daunting.
Yeah.
And information overload.
Absolutely.
And that's the biggest thing we find. Building a home or renovating is just information overload. So we try to help them digest that, understand what they've selected, show them what they've selected and put it all together.
Yes, to see how it all works. And I think that's the thing, because it really is hard when you're building something you can't actually see. Like, it's not like a display home where you can walk in and say, well, I've seen all of my selections together.
Yeah,
you're really working on small, tiny colour pieces and swatches and samples that you...
From one place to the next, selecting different things without that other sample with them.
Yeah, like having it side by side with that and being like, I think this will talk to that one, but not too sure.
So we often have to go, maybe try this or try that. And,
Yeah.
But there's a couple of different ways we work, and it really depends on the client. And after that consult, we sort of go back to them and either give a proposal, or it could be a one-off consult if it's just checking things. So the biggest thing about us is flexibility.
Yeah, and obviously yours are both super women. So how do you juggle, obviously, this, I mean, I suppose for you, Helena, as well, you're just such an amazing superwoman in the way that you juggle your you've got 4 because you've got Lance as well. But
And the dogs that make 5.
yeah, but you've got your 3 obviously very busy boys.
Yes, I do.
And obviously Kelly, I think you have Kelly has one boy. Girl, one little one. So I think in that way, like how do you find obviously the changeover, because retail is quite there's this constraint to being open a certain amount of time, and it's obviously you've limitations with actually having to man a shop. And are you enjoying that sort of bit of flexibility and freedom?
Freedom, it's flexibility. That was the driver for our choice. Like everyone uses the word balance. I think when you run a business,
there's never really any balance.
Never really balance.
You just do it after hours, mate.
You've got to do what you've got to do, but it gives us flexibility.
And more control.
And more control. You know, a retail shop is dedicated hours that you have to be open, plus you have to do everything else. This way we sort of we've grown a lot quicker than we ever expected.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely amazing. So we sort of went in it to do part-time, build slowly. Thought we might set up a studio in 12 months' time, and it's sort of opportunity arose now, so we grabbed it.
Yeah, and such a beautiful spot too. So how long have you guys been?
12 months.
Just 12 months, and you've already got your own.
Married.
Still honeymoon period, but everything seems to be going pretty well.
I think we'll get there.
Excellent. Glad
I think we're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, fantastic. And I guess that brings us kind of to the next thing, like where do you see yourself and business going? I mean, just see yourself needing to expand and take on, or are you sort of wanting to keep it the two of you, or where do you see yourself?
I think it's always, from my personal experience, to keep hold of things and control of things. As I said, I'm a Virgo, so I'm a bit of a control freak.
No.
Dot my I's, cross my T's. But I think it's nice to keep it between us. You know, there's 2 of us.
Yeah,
so
you can always.
There's a lot we can do between the 2 of us, and there's a lot we can grow with our hours and what we can put in over the time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of room for us to grow together.
Absolutely.
Before we consider others and outsourcing. There may be some things that we don't like doing that we might outsource.
Yeah. And the same thing with VAs and things like that as well. There's a certain amount that you can definitely outsource, but still having the face of you guys being, you know, the brunt of.
So now it's us. It's you get to deal with us. It's about getting to know us and how we can help you. And I think that's a strong element of our business.
That you don't lose, because I think that's, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's us. Sorry, it's us. You have to do.
Yeah. which is a powerful thing. And I think that is the first thing that everyone always does. Sort of, it is a concern because the minute you sort of handball something off, you know, because as we all know, Helena, sorry if I make you blush here, but you are well known for your amazing service, and I guess that's one thing that people, I can assure hand on heart that this would travel through for this business, that your level of service is just second to none. And I think even more so, you know, in a retail environment, you only get such a short amount of time with people. So in this instance, it is really that it's a little bit like what I'm doing here now, you know, with selling people's, you know, and helping them in the journey with selling their home, and that it's just such a deeper connection that you build with someone and helping them.
Most important thing.
Absolutely.
Like, as I said before, my clients and our clients are our friends.
Yeah.
And I think,
well, they're more than that. They get to be like family, don't they? And you sort of share so much with them, and
that's why we work so well together.
Yeah.
You know, we've both got our individual strengths, but morally and who we are as people, we're people pleasers.
Yeah.
So you have a laugh together and say we're people pleasers, but it's ultimately more than that. We want the best for people.
Yeah.
You know, we want them to walk into their home and love, you know, the way we would. Treat everyone's home somewhat as if it's ours.
Yeah, like it's your own. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I guess the thing is then, so are you getting involved in any, so have you got any big sort of plans for the next 12 months of being involved with any sort of, I mean, with COVID, I guess it's hard to sort of plan any sort of big exhibitions or being a part of any sort of, you know, I guess it's just fairly local.
We have a studio opening, but we're limited on how many we're allowed.
Of course, yeah.
So at the moment we're sort of looking at having maybe sometime through November, a bit of a launch.
Yeah, excellent.
Bit of see the space, a day where clients can book sort of short sessions with us to meet us, to get to know us.
Fantastic.
Show them what they've got and go through how we could help them.
Yes.
And then also out to the industry to get, you know, the builders in, or the trades and different things, because it's not just builders that we can help. You know, there's joiners, and all the other trades.
Absolutely, tilers, things.
You know, there's ways that we can work with the greater community of that industry, basically.
Well, not only that, agents as well.
Yeah.
So that's what we've got you in today, because if people are sort of thinking, okay, well, look, we're thinking about putting a house on the market, but the bathroom and the heart of the home is always the kitchen and those main areas, kitchen, bathroom, and we think that look, have a chat to these girls. So we'll certainly, if you can pop some cards into us,
maybe if you're lucky.
we're sending some pretty amazing pre-list kits out and things like that. So if we can include them in, and it's just sometimes worth a conversation, and it can certainly add a lot more value and obviously to the end price. So it's definitely worth a chat with you guys.
And it's also those who buy the homes as well. You always want to do something when you walk into a new home and make it yours.
Indeed.
Definitely.
So that's probably more of where we're in the space we're at, in the sense that people are buying their homes, spending 12 months, or we generally say get to know your home.
Before you do anything, yeah.
Know it from summer and know it through winter.
With different light and
really know and the warmth and what the home, and so buying a home and what you want to do to make it yours is a big space that we work in.
Yeah, I guess because that's the thing, when you're doing renovations, you're always doing it, like especially if you're doing it to sell, you're not really doing it for yourself. So you sometimes you're sort of spending that money and you're paying that extra money and you don't really like what someone's already done. So the thing is then to maybe not do that and then to purchase a home that does need a little bit of work and then coming to see you guys and getting what you actually want and to end up with, rather than, and there are still those opportunities where people are still flipping, like there are. So come and obviously get in touch with you guys. And I think that's probably
a cracking place to end. Before we finish up, can we just find out whereabouts you guys are located, like where the studio is located?
So we're in Bellarine Quay. Yep. So there's that amazingly random-looking building. I don't want to say it like that. I call it. But basically, as you go straight into Bellarine Quay, we're at 31 Cambridge Road. So there's a whole bunch of amazing businesses in our building, and then we're sort of on the second level there.
So it's near for those, Abundance on the Quay is a pretty popular cafe. So it's just nearly above there. Would you say just around the corner?
Just around the corner from that. We're basically just above where all the restaurants are.
And there's like the health hub and the
so we look
F45, etc.
Just upstairs from F45.
Yep. Fantastic. Online, you guys are Hello Fred.
Hello Fred.
Hello.
Don't do meals.
Suzanne Wilkinson.
My partner actually,
I get Hello Fresh to my house.
My partner's.
I think you said Fred.
Yeah, my partner's sister-in-law is Hello Fred. They do like baby stuff. So that's where they go. Yeah, that's actually
Hello Fresh, and you're going to get it.
The promo code is 722. Just put in promo code PropertyPod. You get 15% off your next Hello Fred.
15% off your next.
So you can find you guys at hellowhite.com.au.
That's right. Or on socials at Hello White Interiors, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Yeah, beauty. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, Suz, for hooking us up with another. Yeah, not a problem.
Me and my silent partner.
Yeah, people might, if they're watching the video, might see that we have motioned to our left a few times. That is just simply a hello to Kelly.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. All the best with your new baby, and we're really stoked to have you on. And can't wait to see, obviously, how it grows.
Yeah, and we'll keep our eyes peeled for the studio opening. And
we'd like an invite.
Definitely will.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for listening. And that is the Property Pod for another week.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. You have been listening to the Property Pod, recorded and edited by 414 Media House in conjunction with 414 Property Code.
This podcast is general information only, and the thoughts and views expressed is the opinion of our panel, and listeners should always seek then use their own investigation into any topic we discuss to ensure they fully understand their own situation.
It does not constitute and should not be relied on as purchasing, selling, financial or investment advice or recommendations, express or implied, and it should not be used as an invitation to take up any agent or investment services. No investment decision or activity should be undertaken on the basis of this information without first seeking qualified and professional advice.